What is up, everybody? In today's video we are going to be doing some maintenance on the BMW Z3, and before the video gets started I want to do a shameless merch plug. We finally have Project Race Car t-shirts here on the front, and on the back we have the Dirty 30. The t-shirts are super soft and very comfortable, and we only have a limited supply, so if you guys want to support the channel and want a t-shirt, just use the link in the description down below. But without further ado, my name is Ryan, this is Project Race Car, let's get into it. So as you guys saw in 2 videos ago, I think, we bought a Z3, and it's for my brother. He wants kind of just like a weekend kind of car, and so we found a 3-liter, and we are gonna do some basic maintenance on this thing. We're gonna be doing an oil change, new air filter, new headlights, new blinkers. I also noticed down here on the intake boot, it's actually cracking, and so I got a new intake boot. We are at 97,000 miles, so I figured it would be a great time to do the transmission fluid, because those things go out at about 100,000 miles, and then the diff fluid as well. The car was extremely well taken care of, so it doesn't need much, but I wanted to do some basic stuff. We also got a new coil pack, new spark plugs, and then the final thing is I noticed one of the brake lines was actually cracking, and so I don't want my brother to be on a 14-hour road trip back and then have a brake line burst. So that would not be fun. And I also don't want any vacuum leaks or any crazy leaks. So we are going to do a full, just kind of basic maintenance for him, and then hopefully it will be good for the car. So I would recommend doing this type of maintenance for any older car, especially right around 100,000 miles to 200,000. If you guys don't know the last time some of these things were done, it's a good idea to just replace the fluids. A fluid change is 50 bucks and a new transmission is 1,000. So it's worth it to just go ahead and replace the fluids. Wild is this M54. It takes 7 quarts, so 6.9 quarts of oil. So we are gonna get that drained and start working. My God. Nice. Now we let that bad boy drain. Turns out this is like a 35 millimeter or something. I don't know. I'm sure that there's a special tool, but I think this is the same like socket that I used for my axles on the CRV. So yeah, pop this off, throw in a new filter, and then 7 quarts, mobile one. Right on time. We got all the fluids and stuff that we ordered, and all the spark plugs and everything that we need. So we got brake lines, diff fluid, brake fluid, transmission fluid, all the fluids. So this will be sick. We will start working on this. So this was still the weird one to me, is that all of these are brand new except for this last one. And I don't know why you would replace 5 of the coil packs but not the 6th one. So I just ordered a new one just to be sure. And so we will replace 1 coil pack, and then they will hopefully all be around the same age. And then we will replace all of the spark plugs. Okay, final one, cylinder number 6. I don't know how long these actually last, and I don't know how old these ones actually are, but it's always nice to just upgrade. Awesome, and we have our new coil pack for the rear, so we'll throw that in now. Awesome, this looks much better. I don't know, this might be like a Amazon one, it might be just a cheap knockoff, so I've definitely ordered my fair share of cheap parts, and it's better to just have an OEM. The oil should be done draining now, so we can pop this off. Perfect. The kit does come with a new gasket, so we will replace that and then replace this big gasket too. It's always a good idea to take a peek in the oil filter. And nothing looked too alarming in the oil, so that is good. Okay, so currently we have the spark plugs done, we have the oil change, now we're gonna do the transmission flush. So I'm going to get underneath the car, drain the transmission, and then we have to pump up the fluid back in the transmission. It's kind of an obnoxious thing, but this car has a ZF transmission, the same one that's in the E30, the same thing that's in the E36 and 3, and the ZF transmissions are really stout, they're really good, and they're very nice to take care of them, and they will last a very long time. But I'm going to get underneath the car and drain the fluid. Okay, when you guys are working on a ZF transmission, there's gonna be a little yellow sticker, and on the side of it, it says lifetime oil. Don't change. Turns out the oil only lasts for 100,000 miles, so change the oil. That's the recommended interval. Change the oil. Don't believe the whole no oil change. I promise it's worth it. Okay, I had to run to the store to get this gigantic frickin' hex bolt so that I can get out the drain plug for the diff. So I'm going to drain the diff right now. While that's draining, I'm gonna fill up the transmission, and then while that's finishing, then I'll just do it back and forth. So you guys can kind of see, but the fluid actually looks really clear, so it was probably changed recently, but it's worth it to do, you know? Some of this is just peace of mind and just making sure that this car is going to be good, and hopefully it will be, you know, good for a long time for my brother. BMWs, just some people don't take care of them, and some people don't do the regular maintenance on them, and then it really bites you if you don't do the maintenance, because then you have to start replacing parts, and the transmissions and diffs and everything gets really expensive on the older cars. Okay, so it is currently like 35 degrees outside, so it's actually cold here in Texas. We got a cold front like everybody else is getting. But I was able to finish the diff, I was able to finish the transmission, and I was able to finish the oil. So we got all fluids drained and brand new ones in. So the diff and transmission should be good for another 100,000 miles, 60 to 100. And then the engine oil obviously should be good about 4 to 6, I don't know. So that is super good. We will now move on to the intake boot. Big old airbox. Don't forget the arrow on the map right there. Only goes one way. So I pulled the first intake boot off, and I noticed on this back side that there is a hole here. So we found one vacuum leak. It's already starting to crack in the next bay over. And this actually wasn't the intake boot that I was worried about. So yeah, and that was on the bottom side, so you couldn't really see it. But these boots crack. Okay, so this piece was connected to the throttle body, and it's actually the reason why I decided to do this job, because if you can see here, we have 2 more vacuum leaks. I don't know if they were actively leaking. Obviously they're torn right now, but I don't know if that was just because I was wiggling them off. But you can see just how deteriorated these are, because those are both popping through. See how bad that was? So we have new pieces, new rubber, which is good. Full new kit. My hands are disgusting. And this is the new kit. You can see nice stretch to it. It's very rubberized, not dry rotted. So this is good. I ordered all my parts off of FCP Euro. They have a lifetime warranty. I'm not sponsored, but I wish I was. Nice. Okay, it is almost 9 o'clock. I am just super dirty. So we got the car finished, and at a good stopping point. I need to do the brake lines tomorrow, but I think I'm going to end the video here, and we will do the brake lines in another video. I hope you guys all enjoyed so much, and until next time, my name is Ryan. This is Project Race Car. Have an amazing day. Peace.